Hello and welcome to the program. This edition of Newsroom series covering Nigeria's Northwest. I am Bukola Koka. First, the top stories. Some staff of Dana Air, who were recently laid off by the airline management, have staged a protest at the carrier's headquarters in Lagos, seeking the non-payment of their 2-month salaries and contributory pensions. The staff, who were sacked after the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority (NCAA) grounded the airline's operations due to an incident involving one of its aircraft, demanded immediate payment of their April, May, and pension contributions. The former employees carrying placards blocked the entrance of the company on the Oshodi-Solo Expressway, claiming that they received a no-service required letter via WhatsApp without any further communication on how and when their salaries and benefits would be paid. The ex-staff members alleged that their contributory pension, which was deducted from their salaries over the past 10 years, has not been remitted. Attempts by Channels Television to get the reaction of management to the protest did not yield results. More on protests as members of the retired police officers of Nigeria under the contributory pension scheme led by their national coordinator, Mr. Christopher Effiong, have staged a protest in Abuja over unpaid gratuities by the National Pension Commission. The retired police officers who came from across the country are lamenting the sufferings of their members over the failure of PENCOM to pay them their entitlements. The retired personnel are asking the federal government to remove them from the contributory pension scheme by giving effect to the Police Pension Board. Away from protests now, the House of Representatives is raising alarm over safety in airports across the country due to alleged employment of incompetent personnel. Raised as a matter of urgent national importance by Honorable Jesse Onuakalusi, the House is asking the Minister of Aviation to carry out a comprehensive audit of all airport personnel. The House also wants an audit of all contractors engaged in the last 1 year. Part of the resolutions is that within 7 days, the minister should appear before the Aviation Committee of the House. The Kano State House of Assembly has taken steps to amend the state emir's appointment and deposition law, which was previously employed by former Governor Abdullahi Ganduje to dethrone the 14th Emir of Kano, Mohammed Sanusi II. The decision was made during a plenary today following a motion by the majority leader, Hussein Dala, who represents Dala constituency. The proposed amendments come amid growing calls for the reinstatement of Emir Sanusi, who was removed from his position in a controversial move in 2020. The dethronement followed the 2019 amendment that divided the historic Kano Emirate into 5 district emirates of Rano, Karaye, Gaya, and Bichi, and appointing first-class emirs to lead them. Hussein Dala believes revisiting the emir's law will address the issues that have arisen from the 2019 amendment. The amendment process will involve thorough scrutiny and possible public hearings to ensure all voices are heard. The United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, has rolled out plans to reduce the number of out-of-school children, especially in the northern part of the country. An education specialist with UNICEF in Abuja, Azuka Menkiti, disclosed this in Katsina State during a 2-day regional stakeholders meeting on out-of-school children, as well as retention, transition, and completion models with Kano, Jigawa, Kaduna, and Katsina states. These plans tagged thematic areas include building political actors' support and commitment, alternative, multiple, and flexible ways of learning, building community accountability, deploying ICT, and lastly, financing the out-of-school children, which is connected to the first thematic area.
The recent statistics of out-of-school children in Nigeria shows that about 8 states, mostly in the northwest region of the country, contribute half of the number. Katsina State is hosting its neighbors, Kano and Jigawa State, at a regional stakeholders meeting, which is one of the steps the United Nations Children's Fund is taking to reduce the number of out-of-school children in the country to the barest minimum. UNICEF considers 5 thematic areas that will as well improve retention, transition and completion of adolescents, boys and girls in secondary education among the participating states.
We worked with UN and Federal of Education 2 years ago as UNICEF to develop a national framework of action on the reduction of out-of-school children in Nigeria. Now we are operationalizing this framework and getting states to develop models that are state-specific, that they will use to address the number of children who are missing education in their states.
In separate remarks, some of the participating states highlight their commitment towards addressing the menace of out-of-school children in their respective states.
We are about to declare state of emergency in Kano State, I think on the 2nd or on the 3rd. His Excellency will declare state of emergency on education in Kano State. So with that, we have already set aside money, huge amount of money, on just general renovation, infrastructure, and what have you.
We have been highlighted that part of this problem is on poverty, migration, religion, culture, and all these things. I think and I feel that government can now come in to install a policy that can solve this problem, if not completely solve, but at least to ameliorate the issue to barest minimum.
UNICEF had in the last 2 years worked closely with the UBEC and the Federal Ministry of Education to develop models that are state-specific to address the number of children who are missing education in their states.
There's more on education as Governor Umar Namadi of Jigawa State has flagged off the distribution of school uniforms to female students to encourage girl-child enrollment across the state. According to the governor, his administration will continue to ensure free education for the girl child from primary to tertiary institution. Our correspondent Sadiq Ilyasu reports.
30,000 girls across the 27 local government areas of Jigawa State are the latest beneficiaries of school uniforms, courtesy of the state government.
The Deputy Governor of Jigawa State.
This is part of the state government's effort to encourage female enrollment in the state.
Of 30,000 set of uniforms to be distributed to all girls in our state senior secondary school in the state. Also, the state government has also approved the procurement of sewing machine and other skill equipment to be used by our girl students in all the girls senior secondary school in the state. If I continue to count.
As part of the effort, every girl child in Jigawa State will continue to benefit from the free education program under the present administration.
In Jigawa State, actually, we have given special education attention to girls' education. Deliberate attempt to ensure that we promote and advance girls' child's education in Jigawa State. Everything for girls' child's education in Jigawa State is free, from primary school to the university. We will continue to do that. Not only that, we will continue to maintain that standard, but we will also continue to improve on it. The Ministry of Higher Education is instructed to look at what is required to ensure that girls have stayed and in their schools most comfortably. And whatever is done will be done to ensure that we keep them comfortable and we keep them healthy in their schools.
This initiative is a significant step toward empowering girls in the state. Sadiq Ilyasu, Channels Television News.
Meanwhile, the Nigeria Air Force has donated 4 blocks of classrooms furnished and equipped to the Zamfara state government as its contribution to empowering young people and taking them away from negative vices. The Air Officer Commanding Special Operations Command, Air Vice Marshal Enyobong Effiom, handed over the school building to the Zamfara state government at Sabongeri Kaura Namoda on behalf of the Chief of Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, as part of an activity marking the 60th anniversary of the Nigeria Air Force. And that's it on the program for today. Thank you so much for watching. Join us again, same time tomorrow when we bring you another edition covering yet another region of the country. I am Bukola Koka. Bye for now.